Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be your new timeline. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. Okay, so your new timeline. I feel like this is probably the best spread of tarot cards I've seen in a reading. They're so positive, and I just feel like there's an overwhelming amount of love and abundance and well-being that's coming toward you. And I feel for some of you as well, this could be a situation where you've had to I don't think I've ever seen this many cards. Like you literally have the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Ten of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you may have had to, I'm hearing choose yourself with the Hierophant, because with the Six of Cups and Temperance, I'm getting a situation where for some of you, with Family of Light, it's like you may not have felt like the people you were surrounded with growing up, whether this is literal family members, community, friendship, were your family or were your tribe. So it's like you may have had to go on a journey or path of healing and choose yourself, which then brings you to making these beautiful connections, right? But there's something here where life is just working in your favor, or it's going to feel so blessed. I feel like the connections you meet and make now look nothing like the connections you've had previously, right? Or it's like you're finally meeting people that get you and see you on all levels. I just feel like this is such a positive place to be in, especially with this jade crystal. I'm getting this in my heart chakra. I feel this sense of overwhelming love. Love, bliss, well-being, comfort, security. And I feel for many of you, this is not the energy that you started out in, right? Like I feel like maybe for some of you, you've come light years away from where you started or how you were once treated. I just feel there's almost nothing, negative I can say about this energy and timeline. Right? Because a lot of you with Six of Cups and Temperance, I feel like you've already done the hard work, or you've done a lot of the inner healing work that's enabled you to get to this place and enabled you to be able to receive this level of love and abundance. I just heard the word security as well. So for some of you as well, there's a sense that you feel secure in this new timeline, or I just keep hearing the people around you can really trust. And they're family in the truest sense of the word. They're people that love you unconditionally. Because for some of you, there's a very strong connection here. So this can obviously be a soulmate. And even in this depiction, this could be a soulmate bond or a partnership. This could be like having a home together. But I also get the sense of community. So for some of you, this isn't just one connection that's very loving. I feel like there may be many connections that have come into your life that are very loving and healing and healthy. But again, I'm hearing you had to get to a place where you could receive this with the King of Cups, because I feel for this group, you're very emotionally developed yourself, or you have a level of emotional intelligence, which does really help when it comes to attracting in high vibrational connections. I feel like you're kind of finally meeting, I just said, your tribe or your kind, or there's a sense here of just setting up a life that beautifully reflects who you are and your highest ideals. And I feel like you're surrounded by people that share the same values, that live and love the way you do. And again, I'm hearing like in the past, that may not have been the case, whether that be family members or community. This could even be like co-workers. You could have been around others who maybe weren't as heart-centered with this King of Cups, or hadn't developed this emotional intelligence. I'm also hearing you're going to feel seen and understood. And I feel like in this new timeline, it's going to feel like, oh, all my hard work paid off, or I'm so glad I chose to heal and grow and transform, because now, look at the life I'm living and look at the people around me. I feel like it's going to be really obvious to you the effects of choosing to heal. And with 1010 here as well, I feel like for many of you, you've had to close out a myriad of cycles, or it's taken many cycles to reach this point and to get here. There's also a sense of overwhelming gratitude for the journey and how much you've transformed with the Hierophant, because I'm also hearing you've come into your own. So for many of you, you've had to reach this place of self-acceptance, unconditional love, positive affirmation for self in order to get here. I just heard as well that the past can't touch you. So for some of you, the struggles in this new timeline, the struggles you've had in the past, you've completely healed, especially with the Six of Cups and Temperance. So if there were, any toxic relationship dynamics, even if there were barriers to your security, because this can also represent a huge change in fortune. Yes, this is emotional security and fulfillment as well with the Ten of Cups, but I also feel there's a lot more stability in terms of your assets. So this could be the stability of a beautiful home, or it's just a lot of abundance, right? A lot of savings, monetary success. You have Way of Pearls, liminal space, new energies, trust, time of growth. Yeah, and with that Six of Cups, this could have taken a long time, right? This could have been a journey that's been ongoing, or you've had to do a lot of inner work to get here. But I just feel in general, it required a lot of trust to walk away from what you've known and have faith that the universe would catch you, or have faith that there was, better connections for you, because it's easy to assume when something is familiar, well, that's just the way it is, right? Like those who have struggled with, for example, finances, we can assume maybe this is just my lot in life, or this is how things are going to be. So I feel like it did take, a lot of, I want to say, you may resonate with being a visionary, right? Someone that can see potentials, but I just feel like you've been following this almost invisible trail or path to your own fulfillment. Because you also have here synchronicity, opportunities in divine timing, open to change, divine outcomes. Yeah, so I feel like it's like the universe is aligning for you, but again, you aligned yourself with the choices you made. So I feel like even though the universe, it's going to feel like the universe is on your side, or you're just winning, because the ease or the grace with which your life is unfolding, the way, the type of opportunities you attract, the unconditional love, the abundance is going to feel like how, I need to pinch myself. I can't believe this is happening. I just feel as though it's hard to say anything negative for this group because it's just such a positive energy. Yeah, and I feel like with the King of Cups and the Hierophant, I just heard, I'm glad I chose myself. I feel as though it's going to be so evident to you that you took the right path, and that trusting spirit, trusting yourself, choosing to grow ultimately, because that's what led you here, was the perfect choice, and it has led to a really fortunate and beautiful outcome. So we have flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace, especially with this King of Cups energy. Yeah, and even with these dolphins, right? They're quite social creatures, but there's a sense of a lot of joy, play, unconditional love, flow. The emotion between you and others is very positive. But I was also saying with these two cards, both of them are about with synchronicity and flow. It's like things are aligning, or I don't feel now that you're going to have to work particularly hard for these things to come together. It's like you've reached that point of alignment, or things are just coming together for you, for your highest good. And the other card you have is ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Some of you have worked with affirmations or subliminals, or you've reprogrammed your subconscious mind, which is what is enabling you to accept this, right? For some of you, with that Hierophant, you could have been highly independent, but you've had to work on being comfortable receiving, because perhaps in your past you were a giver, or you weren't around people that were able to give to you, especially emotionally and on an inner level. So you've done this inner work so that now you're able to receive blessings, receive emotional support as well. Or not even that, even abundance. It's going to show up in every area. Okay, the Atlanteans. Evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, accept, acceleration. See, with this card, I do feel for some of you, this is a soulmate connection that, you know, first began in other incarnations, right? It's long lasting, or it's had kind of like a legacy, a soul legacy. But I'm also getting with this card, this is your evolution, right? This is a journey that you've been on in terms of your spiritual growth, transmuting old energies, letting go of the past. Like, I feel like you've chosen to clear out a lot of energy, to continuously evolve even when it was difficult. And for some of you, I said, I feel like you've closed out many cycles, but you may have had to close out or let go of a lot of people and connections and relationships as well, and just trust that, you know, you'd meet the right people or the right circumstances will come in. You also have leadership activation, time to evolve, trust in your ability to guide others. Okay. It's funny, you may as well have really stepped into your leadership, or at least chosen your autonomy, especially with the Hierophant and this leadership card. But again, you chose to evolve, and I feel like your evolution has been continuous, or it's been rapid, is what I want to say. I feel like I'm getting the sense you're drastically different to who you used to be or how you used to operate. Yeah, look, opportunity with 10 of Cups. I just had fortune shines on you. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you're so blessed, and the timeline you're entering is just, I feel like you may, again, I keep hearing, I need to pinch myself. I can't believe it. So there's a sense here that things are about to get so good, or the quality of love and abundance in your life is going to be so overwhelming. It may kind of take you aback or surprise you. You literally have another card of love. I've honestly never seen so many positive cards around love in one reading. So yeah, opportunity, love. There could be, again, an opportunity, a really beautiful opportunity when it comes to connection. Doesn't have to be romantic, but for a lot of you, that is coming up strong with the Four of Wands, Two of Cups, and 10 of Cups. But again, it's almost like creating legacy as well, or creating generational wealth from a connection, a loving connection as well. And we also have balance, cracking open, deep healing, balancing karma. This is what I'm getting as well. I feel like for many of you, you've had to heal, or you've had to do a lot of inner work to get here, especially we had Temperance here, but it's like that karma is wrapped up, and this is sitting on the Six of Cups. So for some of you, you could have been born into a karmic family where you're breaking generational patterns, or you had to release and transmute certain energies that your family members or your generational line weren't able to release, right? Because I kept getting this energy. I just saw 1212 on the timer. So that number could be significant. But I'm getting like you could have been born into a family, or family and community. This could have been quite prevalent growing up, of people that were not as emotionally mature or developed or aware as you. So it's like that what they could offer may not have been, I don't want to say on your level, but may not have been as healthy or rewarding, because they had not done that inner work, or they hadn't, like they just weren't aware of these things. You have another card of love, alchemy of love, peace, offering, compassion, Venus energy. Doves could be significant for you as well. So much love here, like an avalanche of love coming towards you. But with this card as well, it's like you had to cultivate this inner peace within yourself first. And I feel like now it's spilling over into the physical world, and it's going to show up in your connections and how you move through the world. Okay, we have all that is. Today I notice the love that powers all of life. I see that each tiny part of the universe is an expression of that love, and I'm aware of the presence of God in all things. I open myself to this magic. I marvel at the splendor of all that is, of which I am truly a part. This card also makes me feel for some of you with that Hierophant energy as well. You may have gone through a lot of spiritual awakenings where you recognize that everything is love, right? That the universe is love, your nature is love, that love isn't something separate from you or outside of you. And because of that awareness and because of that discovery, it's almost like the physical world and your reality is reflecting that back to you, right? That high level of love you've attained in your own consciousness. Because I feel like you're someone that can love unconditionally. my creative power. I recognize the creative power of my thoughts. I know that I can use them to build or to destroy. Today, I choose to use my thoughts to create a universe filled with joy and harmony. I will maintain a positive attitude. I have the power to create love and peace. That's exactly what you've done, right? And this is confirmation that Spirit is saying you cultivated this love, harmony, abundance, and joy within yourself first. But remember, I mentioned about using subliminals or affirmations, repeating them. I feel like for some of you, you've actively worked with your thoughts and your beliefs to transform your consciousness, which is now transforming your physical reality. Some of you as well could have had some limiting or negative beliefs or self-talk based on your childhood or just earlier experiences that you've now successfully healed. And I feel like that's showing up in the physical world. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. So in your new timeline, you're taking action, right? You're deciding with spiritual decree. I'm getting this sense of making a decision on something and then moving forward with it, right? Moving forward with a vision, an ideal. I also think you're coming to calmer times or you're coming out of chaos, especially if you've been dealing with a lot of negativity, fear, because for some of you, this could be in your own mind with the Nine of Swords and the Devil, but I think it could be both, right? There could be some fear or overthinking or negativity mentally, but you could also have some chaos or toxicity that's being caused by others or outside of you with that Five of Wands. But it's like coming out of any type, it could even be a healing process, right? For some of you, this confusion or some of these energies could be energies that are bubbling up within you so that you can fully release them and move forward on your journey. And with Two of Pentacles and the Devil as well, if you were stuck in a cycle or pattern of overthinking or over deliberating on something, I feel like you're letting that go as well, because with it, we end on the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. And I feel like you have this momentum, or you're going to be in a phase where you're really just moving forward. You're not allowing anything to hold you back. You're just kind of very focused and dedicated to your own vision, your own ideals. Yeah, but with the Devil, if there's something you've wanted to change or something you've wanted to do or create in the physical world, I feel like you're just going for it, or you're not allowing certain things to limit you or hold you back anymore. And with the Moon and the Nine of Cups as well, like if certain things are uncertain or you're not sure how they're going to pan out, I feel like you're just going for it anyway. And it's like not allowing that uncertainty as well to hold you back. But you may have a lot of emotions bubbling up, or there's just the energy right now might feel a little chaotic or messy, or even like, I want to say negative in the sense of like there could be fear bubbling up or doubt or past hurts. There's just a lot of energy that's clearing right now. So in your new timeline, I feel like you've come out the other side of this energy or difficulty, and it's like now you can move forward, or it's like you've released a heavy weight when it comes to particular emotions so that you can proceed on your journey. With spiritual decree as well, I'm hearing being committed to yourself and committed to your own vision, your own healing. Yeah, now I'm hearing the phrase as within, so without. So for some of you, it's like you're letting go of something that maybe has been plaguing you or has been difficult to overcome for some time. And it's creating this ripple effect in terms of your experience in the physical world. It's like now, I don't know, it's like moving through the world you're going to navigate it very differently because your point of reference or who you are internally, how you're viewing things has shifted so drastically. And again, for some of you, it could be complete with the Devil and the Moon. I keep hearing fear of the unknown, but this can be just shadowy energies, right? These can also be like the shadow self or fears that have been suppressed that are holding us back. And it's like you may be navigating the world with an absence of fear, especially if in the past you did hold certain fears or doubts. And with Nine of Swords, I just heard it's also no longer doubting yourself and your visions and what you want for yourself. And I feel like, again, this liberates you to actually make tangible changes in the physical world, right? Or this can just be making progress in the physical world. So if you have been in an energy where you felt like things were stuck, again, I think it has served its purpose, because I do feel there's an energy of emotions healing and cleansing and clearing, but it may have felt somewhat unpleasant, or on the surface, it may have looked or appeared as though you were stuck. But it's like, as you keep moving ahead, you keep growing and evolving, it's like things will unfold and things will turn out more positively than you could have envisioned. Your first oracle is storm. It's okay to feel it all, cleanse, collapse of the old, realignment. Yeah, again, with this, it's okay to feel it all. I feel like there could be a lot of emotions coming up, especially with the storm and the Nine of Swords, right? This is like a difficult healing phase, or it's kind of messy, but I feel like it's necessary for this purification. It's almost like you're purging your energy field from definitely fear, limiting beliefs. This could even be past life energies, like wounds from other lifetimes. I just feel like there's a huge release and cleansing, which then enables this new timeline to open up to you and for you. And you have breathing, ground, feel sensations, purity, clarity, expression. I just had the only way to heal is to feel, right? So again, this purity, I was getting that your energy field is being purified. And it's almost like, if in the past you had some difficult emotions or even like shadowy energies, these could be aspects of the shadow self or the subconscious mind that were difficult for you to navigate, or that were just pulling, I want to say dragging down your energy, right? I feel like now it's like you have the time, or you're giving yourself that time to fully feel them so you can release them. And Spirit is saying it may be feeling a little unpleasant, or it may be a little bit difficult, but it's like you're working through it, or you're breathing. I just said breathing through it, but there's a sense here of doing breath work, or even using like mindfulness techniques, so that you can really make sure that you feel your emotions and then kind of allow them to be released and transmute. I keep getting this energy. So it's like you're shedding old skin, energetically speaking. And I feel like this is going to put you in a very different vibration and energy. And you may even notice this because we have the 5 of Wands beneath breathing. I was getting, some of you may have chaotic environments around you as well that are adding to this energy. So this could be like a workplace that's not super healthy, or even like a relationship dynamic. But there's something here, when you come out of this and you release this energy, your vibration shifts. You're going to notice a big difference in the quality of people you attract, but also how your life unfolds. I feel like it's going to be more peaceful, more harmonious. There's going to be less. And again, we always have challenges. Like, that's not to say, oh, there'll never be a challenge again, but you may notice that there's a lot less challenges, and the people and opportunities that you're attracting towards yourself are a lot higher vibrational, a lot healthier for you. And you have signs. Instincts are the message from the inner divine. Yeah, right now I feel like you're really introspective, or there's a lot of healing that needs to take place. But again, in this new timeline, it's like you're coming out into the world, or you're taking action, right? Because I feel like you've gone through, I want to say, this storm or this transformation. And it's going to really be reflected in the physical. Also with signs and this spiritual decree, I feel like you're committed, or you are committing to your own visions, like what you want for yourself, what you see in your future. I feel like if there were things that were holding you back, or there were doubts or uncertainty of how you could achieve certain things, I feel like now you're just going for it. You also have here self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before with this devil. Yeah, you're overcoming as well any negative influences within yourself that have been internalized. And again, these can be negative beliefs, self-talk, things that also hold you back from love. And this could also be holding you back from love in the physical, right? That you're cultivating this energy internally, and you're going to be met with more loving people and situations in the physical world that reflect this shift. You also have spiritual calling with Michael and Faith, divine protection, breakthrough moment with the moon. I feel like you're going to have a lot of epiphanies in this new timeline, but leading into this timeline. And it's going to make things a lot more clear to you, which enables you to make better and healthier choices for yourself, because you can, number one, see yourself clearly, including the shadow self. But it's like, if there were things that were tripping you up, right? If there were cycles that were repeating themselves, or say you kept attracting like negative events, like with that, when I say negative with the Five of Wands, it could just be, you know, workplaces that are chaotic, or, you know, friendships where they're a little bit negative, or they don't really understand us or see us. It's something like that, where there was maybe a pattern that was repeating, and it's like you've healed or released something as you've gone through this emotional storm or this transformation, and it's changing your set point. It's changing what's coming in for you. You could also have a connection with Archangel Michael, and these are also twin flames. So this could also be, I already mentioned this, self-love, or you may be literally doing some inner child work, or even reparenting yourself, right? Or there's an element of reparenting yourself in regards to how you speak to yourself or how you perceive yourself. But I just feel like it may manifest literally and physically in connection or in union. As we say that, we have more twin flames. We have Metatron, well, I think they're twin flames. We have Metatron and Sandalphon, sacred connection, synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. Yeah, and it's something like this old timeline falls away because you've learnt all you could from it. But it's funny, we have sacred connection with the Knight of Cups, right? So, and with that eagle eye view, some of this transformation you're going through could be in preparation for a spiritual union. Whether you believe in twin flames or not, there's a sense here of, you know, destiny being at play, or there could be a really significant connection that comes into your life. But I just feel in general, it's like you're going to be meeting people that are more loving, or just are on your wavelength, right? That it's a lot healthier for you. But I also feel like you're healthier for yourself, right? The way you're treating yourself is also transforming. And it's like you're releasing energies and emotions that, do you know, when we have some sort of emotional pain, sometimes it can lead us to, you know, distractions or things that almost, that may not be the healthiest use of our time or energy, but it almost is like keeping a lid on certain frequencies. There's something here where it's like you've, I don't want to say emptied yourself out, but energetically, emotionally, that's what I'm seeing, where it's like purified, or you've transmuted a lot of emotions and energies and limiting beliefs, and it's created room energetically for, you know, beautiful connections and beautiful energies to come in. Here you have stand still above the Chariot. So for some of you, you could have literally felt stuck in this past timeline, and what's changing is, again, there's movement. There's movement, but I feel like, again, if you were stuck temporarily, it was for the purpose of healing. But it's like things are moving again, or it's like you're getting your momentum, you're taking action, fear's not holding you back, you're just moving forward. And you literally have here purification. Purification with the Eight of Wands. Yeah, so again, definite energy, and you had purity here on this card, but there's a sense of you've purified certain emotions, you've purified energies from the past, or patterns, right? Subconscious programming or certain beliefs. I also feel like your life is going to feel so much more harmonious and peaceful. This is like an emotional storm or a healing storm, and you come out the other side and things are really, and again, I'm not saying, oh, there won't be any hiccup or that you'll never have a challenge, but it's going to be far more peaceful. I just heard as well, you're going to feel healthier, like mind, body, spirit, from this transformation, and your life is going to feel healthier like that. It could even be the habits you had. If there were certain habits or distractions or vices that you were engaging in, it's like they fall away, and that also helps you step into a healthier energy. Past life healing, letting go of anger, forgiveness. Yeah, so again, that emotional release, and you have it sitting on, you know, it's okay to feel. So some of you, you may have emotions coming up and you're trying to figure out, like, where is this coming from? For some of you, this is literally coming from lifetimes. Like, you're doing huge amounts of release work, transformation. Your energy field is changing very drastically. You may even have epiphanies and understandings of connections between this lifetime and certain patterns and what's occurred in prior events or prior lifetimes. We have portal, 5D, healing temple, astral travel. Yeah, you're coming out of your healing temple, right? I feel, and again, I keep getting like you're going to feel as though you went in, at the 3D level of consciousness and you've emerged in 5D, where things are just going to feel a lot lighter for you, high vibrational, very positive energy here. You also have God sustains me. As I turn each day over to God, my worries ease and my resistance softens. In the arms of God's love, I find inner peace, even in challenging times. Today, my faith provides me with great strength. I welcome all that comes my way, knowing that the love of God sustains me. Yeah, so I feel like part of the challenge has been you cultivating inner peace even while in this storm or in this healing phase. And it's like that peace you've cultivated is going to be reflected in the physical world, right? It's like it's going to shine outward. But first, you had to cultivate it within, and you literally have attaining peace. Today, I turn within to find the source of my experiences. There, I find the peace that comes from seeking truth. I understand that the riches I discover within myself have a greater value than all the wealth of the outside world. Step by step, I continue my spiritual quest. Little by little, I free myself, rising ever higher and attaining true inner peace. Exactly. So it's like you've liberated yourself or you've freed yourself, and it's like you've got this inner peace that's unshakable and has nothing to do with the material world, right? And that's partly because of the storms you've been through and what you've needed to heal. But I also think with spiritual decree and my spiritual quest, for many of you, this has been a spiritual path of healing. And it's like you may have been in the trenches for so long doing this healing work that you may not quite see when you arrive at this new timeline that you've come out the other side. But things are going, it may take an adjustment period, right? But you're going to see like the peace, the harmony, even things are just going to feel very healthy for you. Like the situations you attract or the people, it's just going to feel a lot healthier. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 3. So your new timeline, what I just heard is if you can heal from this, you have so much to teach others, right? And with card 33, Master Number, Master Healing, for some of you, you're sharing your healing journey, your method of healing with others, right? Like I feel like maybe even your story of, growth and transformation, but I feel like you have so much to share. And maybe this phase, you're finally bringing it to the world, right? With some of you could be writing a book sharing this story. Some of you are coming up with your own healing method or modality that you're going to help other people with. I just feel like you've been through I want to say the worst of it or the thick of it. And it's like now you've come out the other side. It's time to, share that energy. Yeah, and you also have 1010s. I know I was going to say you closed out a big cycle, but I'm hearing you've closed out many big cycles, right? Or you've overcome, many circumstances of loss or difficulty, or there's just a sense here that the odds or the cards were stacked up against you. And I feel like now it's like things are really showing. It's like you've come out the other side victorious. With the Magician and the Queen of Wands, what I heard is you came out the other side without a scratch. So for some of you, and that not literally, obviously when we go through something, it does transform us or it can change us. But for you, it's transformed you in a beautiful way. Like you should not be in this position starting here. Right? There's something that's like, the Spirit is saying it's a miracle that you're in your current state, having lived through what you have. That's what I'm getting. And it's like people may be blown away by your story or your experience, or they may just be very surprised by your journey. Yeah, with the Seven of Wands as well, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 7 of Wands, like you may have had to close out a lot of cycles or maybe set boundaries or cut off certain people as well. But I just feel like now you've come out the other side and it's going to have a beautiful outcome for you. There's almost this sense or energy of, I'm so glad I made these choices, or I'm so glad I, chose myself. And I feel like there's almost this energy of relief of, almost pride as well with this Queen of Wands. There's a level of confidence here and pride, and I feel like you're ready to share something, or you're ready to bring this new self, this transformed self. You've got phoenix energy. You're bringing it to, I want to say, the masses, to the world, to a business. You're putting this energy into a book and sending it out into the world. There's something here where you're ready. I also feel because you've lived through so much, you may have an absence of fear, or you're feeling in this new timeline, you're very courageous, because I'm not getting any energy of fear. It's like bringing your creation out into the world and having faith in what you're here to do. Like self-belief, confidence, passion, power. I just feel as though if there were blocks emotionally and in terms of your sense of self, your self-concept, that was stopping you from taking a leap of faith, or that were preventing you from really stepping into the fullness of who you are, your authenticity, I feel like they're gone, right? Or you've done enough healing and inner work now where they don't really hold any effect on you. I keep hearing that Shawn Mendes song, There's Nothing Holding Me Back, that keeps playing, and that's what I'm getting. It's like, if things were moving slow as well, when it comes to your life's purpose or your mission, it's like things are gathering momentum or things are about to speed up. Yeah, there's going to be a swiftness with how things move or how things are transformed in your experience because of these changes you've made internally. And you also have here Arcturians, pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry. So some of you could resonate with being a starseed, especially a connection to Arcturus, but I feel in general you've incarnated with the purpose of healing. You had gifts when it comes to healing yourself and healing others before you incarnated. And I feel like you have specifically incarnated to bring something to life. And again, for some of you, this could also be to share your journey, right? To tell your story. But I feel for some of you, this is a method of healing that maybe you use that you're now bringing to others. Or some of you are very gifted in a mode of healing, a modality of healing. Even in terms of energetics or energy healing, there could be a gift here at shifting frequencies. But I feel like your story or the journey you've been on may be really liberating or give hope to others who are struggling. Because I keep hearing there's something miraculous about your path, or to other people it may seem impossible where you started out and where you're at now. Or they don't know, like, because I'm hearing not a scratch on you. Like, as you appear today, and that's not to say, obviously some of the wounds we have are invisible, right? They're internal or they're emotional. But with you, it's like, it may look like you came out unscathed, or it's like you've been able to fully heal and transmute any of those core wounds so that there's no residue of them. They don't show up in your life, they don't show up in your experience. You have dolphin baby. Lemurian origin, flow, timeless, adaptable, free, take your time. Okay, so yeah, I feel like with timeless and take your time, I feel like you may just be feeling like proud of your achievements, right? Proud of where you're at. I just get this energy of feeling very good about self, right? Having very high self-confidence, self-worth. But I'm hearing as well, things are going to flow or doors are going to open for you because you're ready, right? Or because you're in this phase of aligning with and fully bringing to life your purpose. And again, I'm hearing part of this is destiny. Again, you have free will even with destiny, but I just feel in general, there's something that you know you're here to do or create, and the time is now. I also had loss with Seven of Wands. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. So yeah, for some of you, you could have gone through loss or you've overcome loss, and it's like now you're in, a really beautiful, peaceful phase of your life. I also feel like the people or the situations or connections around you are going to feel very aligned as well. Yeah, but with loss, I feel like you may have had to overcome one hardship after another, or this loss or emotional pain was in more than one area, right? This could be like difficulties in childhood, difficult loss in terms of partnership and relationship, friendships, work environments. I feel like it's been from every direction. You also have sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So again, for some of you, part of your story of what you've overcome could have been like a legacy or a family pattern, a generational pattern of addiction, or it could be anything, right? Or a lack of resources, or difficulty, like a difficult childhood, painful childhood events. But I feel like you've been able to kind of transmute all of this. And it's like people can't imagine living through this. I keep getting this. Like people either hear your story or, learn about you and they're like, how can you go from this to this? Like to them, it baffles them, or to them, they think if I lived through this, I would be down and out. Like I would never get back up again. There's something about your resilience as well that is awe-inspiring or inspires others to have hope in their own circumstances. Transcending fear, facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. That's what I was saying. I feel like you've overcome so many storms that storms don't phase you anymore, right? It's like it's just nothing really shakes you or can rock you because you've lived through so much. And I feel like that puts you in a power position, right? Because while other people are descending into fear or panic or doubt, it's like with you, you're like I can weather this storm, or I can ride this wave. It's not going to take you out. You have Isis, reclaiming magic. Call back your power and what is rightfully yours with this Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of magic to you and a lot of spiritual gifts, but you have embraced your power with call back your power. So again, you may be someone who was very much disempowered, or all the cards were stacked against you, right? But here you are, victorious, powerful, confident, a leader. Like it doesn't, again, you defied the odds. There was something that perhaps you shouldn't have made your way back out of, but you did. And there's something about that story that just sparks. It's kind of like the underdog story, right? Where we see a film or movie and it's, we can really resonate with that character. That's what I'm getting for you. There's something about your story that sparks people, takes so much passion and power. You have courage, exactly. So we have like an absence of fear, power, courage. But this is the energy in your new timeline. It's like you're unstoppable. You're a force of nature, partly because of everything you've gone through, but also because you have an absence of fear. And I also feel what you're working towards, inside out, right? This path, this healing process, you've lived it yourself and you've seen it transform your life. So that also helps you when it comes to sharing it with others or helping them transform their own circumstance. Yeah, you have courage with taking risks, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, that Queen of Wands is ready to go. In this new timeline, you're putting yourself out there. You're sharing your story, your voice, your work. There's just nothing that's going to slow you down or hold you back. And again, you're ready to soar. You're ready to fly, because I feel like you've strengthened your wings, or through certain challenges and hardships, Spirit has helped to strengthen you to be ready for this phase or ready for this journey. You may be feeling this energy or this timeline coming in already with this Queen of Wands. Like you may just be feeling really good about yourself. Like I'm seeing someone who's smiling to themselves, feeling very hopeful for the future, very positive. There's a lot of affirmation here. You have resurrection, commitment, purification, devotion. You've also been very committed to yourself, your healing, and your life purpose, but now you're the diamond. You're ready. But with this resurrection as well, remember, it's like Phoenix rising from the ashes. I keep hearing you've come back from something you shouldn't have. And when I say come back from, even if it wasn't physical, maybe this is an emotional wound or situation. It's almost like if someone came back from that, it would be debilitating, right? Or in their mind, they're like, how could you heal from that completely? But you have, and that's what I keep getting. And it'll be different for all of you what this involves, but I just feel like you've lived through a lot. Yeah, you have Crystal Dragon, sound and color, new healing modalities, rainbow rays, solfeggio frequencies. I feel like your frequency is out of this world. I'm hearing very high vibrational, but I feel like there's a healing modality or a process of healing that you're bringing to others or helping others with. Okay, you have simplicity. Today I choose to simplify my life. As I do so, my burdens lighten. I release my ego's need to understand, to prove, and to control. Instead, I undertake every task with an open, humble heart. Seeing through the eyes of a child, I discover life in all its wonder and simplicity. As the complications and chaos of the mind fall away, I remember I am one with the light. You may also have this energy where you may have simplified your life because you've shed so much because of all the healing work that you've done, and I feel like you've simplified your mind in the sense that you're not overthinking. But it's like you may have such a light, high vibrational energy. You may also have like a childlike spark or a sense of humor as well, right? And you're quite jovial or light or cheery, and people are like, how did you live through this? And this is your energy. That's what I'm getting. So there's something here where you travel light. You're not carrying the burdens of the past, and you can tell that you're unaffected by what happened because you fully healed and released it. Yeah, welcoming happiness. Divine love is manifesting in me, through me, and around me. It attracts all that I need for the benefit of my soul. As I work to increase my inner light, I evolve into an emanation of love and joy. Today I reap and welcome the happiness and beauty of all that I have sown. And this is the other thing, in your new timeline, there's a lot of joy. There's joy, there's, optimism, there's a much lighter, fresher energy than what you've experienced previously because you've come out of these cycles. I also think you're going to help light up the world, or you're bringing light to the world by sharing these healing modalities, sharing your story. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 4. So for your new timeline, I'm seeing for some of you, like almost like a video game or a computer game where you go to the next level, right? Where you pass, or you get the prize and now you're on to the next level. That's what I feel for you. So for some of you, you've overcome something, or there's a sense of having been through or come through the fire, right? With initiation by fire. Essentially, you pass the test. I just get this sense that now you're at a new level and you're going to have very different experiences than what you've had previously. It's almost like being in a new paradigm or construct. And with the Tower and the Death, I'm hearing successful rebirth. So for some of you, it's like a version of yourself that you let go of, or that you had to shed or transmute. And it's like now you're at the other side. Life looks or feels very differently to how it once did. And I feel like Spirit is supporting and encouraging you through this transformation. With Six of Swords and Three of Wands, again, this is the level up I'm talking about. But with this Six of Swords, you may have had to, with the Tower, something may have fallen away, or you may have had to let go of something first to be able to get here and to kind of rise into this new energy or into this new frequency. And with Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles, I also feel, and you do have Page of Cups, there's a sense of a new beginning. So this new timeline, you're starting fresh because you've leveled up and you're in a brand new, I just said a brand new consciousness, but in a new vibration, frequency, phase of your life. And with the Empress, I feel like this could be a level up in terms of, with Ace of Cups, like love and connection, but also in terms of finances and career. You could be doing something new in this new timeline as well, as it pertains to this could be a job opportunity, a new endeavor or venture. But I just feel like things are going to feel very different, or it's almost like, do you know how people say they go through a spiritual awakening and all of a sudden they don't like the foods they used to like, they don't like watching the same films, like they change their preference on pretty much everything. They're like a new person. That's what I'm getting for you. Like you could have gone through a transformation, or there could have been this alchemy, and it's like you're almost unrecognizable to who you once were. So it's like your life is shifting and changing, or this new timeline is accommodating who you really are. For some of you, this awakening could have led you to take a new career path, or be looking toward, either a new career path or a path that feels very aligned with this new version of self. And again, I feel like who you become is more of your authentic self. But it's like you may recognize, hang on, certain things I was doing, or a career path, connection wasn't aligned with who I am at the core, or it wasn't bringing happiness or fulfillment into my life. And with that Empress, again, it's going to feel as well that you're attracting things more effortlessly because you've shifted, or your vibration has risen. So I get that energy that things are flowing to you. Things, are aligned to you. There's something here where you feel more in sync with the universe, in sync with the divine. With the Six of Swords, for some of you, in this new timeline, you may literally start fresh because you can see them kind of like flowing away or sailing away, but there could be changes in multiple areas of your life in this new timeline. But again, I'm not getting the sense that these changes feel, negative or like drastic. So for some of you, you could make choices that lead to that, or you've been moving in a new direction for some time and now it's showing up or materializing in the physical. In first oracle card, you have stepping stones. Take the next step, let go of the old paradigm. So again, with the tower falling, it's like an old construct or an old aspect of your life. And it could have been something that was quite ingrained, has fallen away or did fall away, and it's opening you up to this new timeline and change and transformation. But with stepping stones, it's like step by step, I feel like you're going to build a new life for yourself, or like step by step, bit by bit, there are going to be new circumstances appearing in your physical reality or changes. And that's why I feel for some of you, your life, I want to say within, 12 months or 12 to 18 months, your life could look nothing like it did previously, where it's brand new or there's a lot of new people, circumstances, events in your life. And part of this, again, is initiated by the changes in you. Because we also have master number 22 here. So again, I feel like you may feel like you're a brand new being, or that you don't fully recognize yourself, right? Yeah, I keep getting someone that has, an awakening, and it's like they have a huge lifestyle overhaul, or they realize what they were doing or investing in no longer aligns to them or no longer makes them happy. So they shed it. That's what I feel. You have flow, release control, divine will, oceanic consciousness. Yeah, I feel like as well, things are going to feel as though they're flowing, or the right circumstances, people, situations are finding you. That's what I get. It's like feeling in that sense of alignment, but you may also be having a lot of synchronicities where the divine is literally guiding you through certain experiences or events or happenings. And it's like, yep, I know this is meant for me, or I know, this is the direction I need to move in. I just feel like there's got to be, your inner knowing is going to be so strong that it's undeniable. You have limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone with the Six of Swords. You are open to receive, because I feel like with let go of the old paradigm in that tower, you've let go of something, or something has fallen away from your life, right? Or both. I feel like there's been a lot of shedding, and there's a sense of, when we let go of something, it opens a new door. And that's what I feel for you, is because you've been willing to let go of so much and let go of the past, there's all these new timelines and possibilities that are open to you. So in this new timeline, you have options for what you can create and manifest with the Empress. And you may almost feel like you've been given or granted a blank slate, right? Like, because I feel like for some of you, you may literally, really embrace this and create a brand new life, or really transform your world in a way that you may have wanted to for some time, or felt that you couldn't with limitless. But now that you're in this consciousness of, limitless possibility, or I can make the changes that I really desire that feel aligned for me, things are able to change more fully or readily for you. Outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will, release me from my attachments, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I'm open to receive. This is what I'm getting as well. Like, if in the past you were afraid of the unknown, or you used to hold on to things, that's what's changed as well. It's like you almost have complete detachment to the external world, and it's like your source of security is internal. And the blessing with that is it enables you to change and transform, because you no longer feel vulnerable or at risk when you do that. So you may become a lot more comfortable with being in flow state. And again, we can't be in flow state if we have attachments to the material realm. So, and again, when I say attachments, I'm not talking about, obviously in the physical world, there are basic needs we have in terms of, survival, food, shelter, these things. But there's a sense of, you are fulfilling these things without being attached to it, right? Or being attached to how it comes in, right? There's many ways we can attract abundance. But if our mind is limited to this narrow window of, oh, I can only make money from this particular job or this particular business, sometimes we're blocking these other avenues that would be even more abundant or blessed for us. And I feel like now it's like your energy is free flowing and you can see the eyes are closed. This transformation you've been through, I feel like it's helped to restore your faith and trust in God and the divine. You have Rumi, mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. Yeah, for some of you, you've been through a huge spiritual awakening, and that's why your life and lifestyle has changed. For some of you, your values have completely shifted. As you know, again, like that example of someone who, has an awakening and overnight changes their life, where they, maybe they were working as a banker or a corporate job or whatever it may be. And then they're like, oh, like, I now recognize everything is consciousness, everything is the divine. I'm going to go follow my purpose or my passion, or I'm going to work for a non-for-profit or something that helps to improve the environment. There's something here around doing a 180 or pivoting in regards to what matters to you and how you live your life. And it may not just be career. This could even be hobbies or your lifestyle outside of work. So this could be someone that now has a really solid spiritual practice, like maybe before you like going out or socializing or I don't know, whatever it may be. And now, you're more so on a inner journey or you're liking to take meditation workshops, something like this, where there's been a big change in your lifestyle. Bridget. Inner fire, let your passion lead you to your purpose. I feel for some of you though it is, and again we get this analogy of fire, which for me is alchemy and transformation. But you may feel like I want to find what I'm passionate about, or I want to do work that I love, that's meaningful, that not only helps me in terms of my journey, but helps the collective. I just feel some of you may be really lit up. For some of you, it's discovering a hobby or passion that you kind of base your lifestyle around because you enjoy it so much. You also have adventures with that Ace of Pentacles. Again, you're not afraid to explore. This is like trial or error. This is, being open to the new, not being afraid as well to experiment. Because when we talk about any success, ultimately there's a level of trial or error, or you have to start different ventures or explore different talents and creative abilities before you discover your niche, right? There's something here with that Empress around really finding your stride and finding what you feel is your passion and purpose, what lights you up in this world. And you may be clearing away distractions or past pursuits or hobbies or interests that no longer align with you. Yeah, wonders again. And we can only have wonder when we're open to the new, right? To the unknown. If we stay and remain in a former consciousness, we can't open to this energy. With adventures and wonders, this could also be starting over somewhere or even taking a trip, or there could be a little bit of travel here. But it doesn't have to be. I feel like when it comes to your life and navigating your life, it's like you're coming in with this fresh energy as well. And you may be making a lot of discoveries or being open to new streams of income, meeting new people, new hobbies and endeavors. You have the Empress tree with the Empress. Catalyst for change, clarity, freedom, unbinding. Yeah, setting yourself free. But it could be as well, some of you have a talent or creative gift that kind of sets you free or brings in a lot of abundance in this new timeline. But with the Empress, you're going to notice how having a level of detachment has increased your ability to manifest, because you're no longer, it's like your ego or your energy is no longer bound. You have cosmic downloads, higher heart healing, see the bigger picture. So you may be getting as well a lot of downloads from spirit, from the divine, but I keep getting finding what lights your heart up or what's true to you internally, emotionally, spiritually, and then following that path, right? So some of you as well could be choosing to take the road less traveled, or you may be making decisions that are more heart-centered. And that doesn't mean, like, obviously you still need to be practical to a degree, but I just feel like your priorities are your own soul, your well-being, your own fulfillment, and you may not be thinking strictly in a material sense, right? You have returned to the inner temple. Today I rediscover my inner self in sacred silence. This is the inner temple in which I'm able to calmly study the lessons life has provided me, Here I regain my sense of tranquility. I retrieve my trust in the universe. Bathed in the light of my inner temple, I now remember the value of each and every step of my life. I feel like the universe, God, Spirit is guiding you step by step as well, right? Like, you know, you're on this sacred path and you're really taking action and following your intuition as well. Because again, with these eyes closed, there's that sense of trusting the knowing, trusting your intuitive senses. But I also feel with this card, you may also really be prioritizing your inner well-being. And that's what I was trying to say previously. Like, your values may have shifted toward, you know, what feels good for me, what feels aligned, what contribution do I want to make in the world, like what legacy do I want to leave. You also have I am light. Today the light is within me, the light surrounds me, the light protects me. I remain light-filled and joyful regardless of what circumstances arise. I'm a diamond shining forth in all my splendor. I am worthy of the divine within me. Yeah. And again, we see these steps. And it's like also this desire I'm hearing to be your higher self or be your highest expression in this life, right? To take that high road to, you know, discover your potential and to live that potential. And that may have also created a shift in regards to how you're utilizing your time or what you're dedicating time and energy to. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day.